Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. There's so many noises happening from outside. I was a little bit thrown off by the ba or the woof. But we are ready to continue here. Where is the perfect camouflage? Ready to continue here in Minecraft Beta 173 for episode 751 of the series. As we continue west here, walking towards those far lands. Do I need some wool? Might as well grab some wool while I'm here. Never hurt nobody. I mean, except for the sheep. They're going to freeze to death now, but that's beside the point. That is beside the point. Episode 751 for your Wednesday, August 14th, 2019. Continuing west in Farlands or Bust, continuing to raise money for direct relief charity. Farlandsorbust.com is where you can donate. We're up to $27,255.44 this season. Thank you, everybody who continues to donate and ask questions. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're like within $500-ish of the new goal. At this episode starts is $27,892.57 based on how many megabytes we have of our world save file here of Farlands or Bust. Almost 28 gigs of a Minecraft world for just walking straight. Just walking mostly straight. A little bit of deviation north and south here, but just going straight to them Farlands. As we do. So yeah, farlandsorbust.com. You're getting there. You're getting close. So close. Yet so far. But like we are. So far, lands are bust. Indeed. Thank you, everybody, once again. Whoop. For all your support. Your views are up in the first quarter. The views are up. Minecraft is making a comeback. Although I just did see news that they canceled. In 2017, they announced and planned on releasing a built-in, like, high-def shader texture pack for Minecraft. They've canceled that project. The project is canceled, like that car that was in Ranwen Parked. Minecraft, yeah, this is kind of Minecraft news. We got a new theme song for that because I forgot what the old theme song was. I probably don't have that title screen anymore. That was something I did in Vegas. I haven't done that in Premiere. But yeah, I guess I think didn't they hire a bunch of the Optifine people? I don't know if that was solely to make a high-definition shader pack. The Microsoft Mojang people. But I guess they have just completely scrapped the idea because they're only developing things that will work on all the platforms that Minecraft exists on. Your consoles. Your mobile platforms, your Bedrock, your Javas. So yeah, that was completely scrapped. Probably because the few articles I did read said that it's probably because they couldn't get it to work on the non-S Xbox Ones. It didn't. The non-S editions of their latest console didn't have the oomph to deal with the lens flares and shading and real-time shades and stuff like that. So yeah, that's interesting. But then again, I didn't even know that was a thing. Back when they announced it, I might have heard about it and been like, oh, okay, that's something I'll never use because it's not available in Minecraft Beta 173. So Raymond's traces. So many traces of Ray all those things not coming to Minecraft. Of course, you can still, at least in the Java edition, you can still download and you know, risk installing a virus from one of these like download sites. Is everybody are mod makers still using those ad download for ads? What was that one called that everybody used and like had all these like fake, you know, the fake download buttons? Your download is ready, click here, but that's like an ad to some scam site. Adfly, that's the one. Oh my, that's one of the main reasons, to be honest, why I despise and refuse for such a long time to even touch modded Minecraft or anything related to it, because it was all that, and like, okay, sure, you can get around that, and you can deal with that and get on with your life if you're careful, but just the fact that that was part of the experience was like, no, I opt out of that. I will not be partaking. There are very many talented and smart and deserving mod makers out there, but the instant you start using those things, no, no thanks, my friend. I think I only dabbled with Fedrin's Life in the Woods mod pack, and she had it built where, even though, yes, you had to download all the mods separately, it did it quasi-automatically where it was less of a hassle, but it was still a hassle and still a little bit confusing, and you still had to, you couldn't bypass those scammy Adfly links and things like that. But anyway, I digress. This weekend, I went to a Renaissance fair here in the state of Washington. Woo! Burn! Burn! The Burninator. Ooh, that is in. Oh, and the zombies shall burn as well. The prophecies come true. All right, let's sideswipe that a little bit. All right. Interesting. So yeah, I went to that on Sunday, and not something I would normally have chosen to go to, if not for my girlfriend who wanted to check it out. I did not dress up. I did wear my Hellblade shirt, so I had some sort of medieval ancient runes written on my shirt, but otherwise I was Future Man. Yeah, I just got a big turkey leg. That was the highlight. Got a big old turkey leg. Meat on a bone. Meat off a bone. Meat on a stick. And that was careful, Wolfie. And that was kind of about it. Saw a little bit of the jousting. The jousting. And it's tough. It makes me awkward. I've never been into role-playing or acting or any of that sort of thing, and that's pretty much what that is. That is like an excuse for people to dress up or down. I mean, not judging here. And, like, get into a character and stay in that character, and I'm too... not uptight, but I'm just too self-conscious to do that sort of thing. And being around other people doing that sort of thing makes me self-conscious for them. It's a real empathy problem I have. But yeah, it was interesting. It was an experience. Got rained on a couple times, and that's kind of the reason we only stayed for like 3 hours or so like that. But boy howdy, it's a place. It's a place to be, indeed. So yeah, that was kind of my weekend. Not much else new there. On random happenstance, we watched Dark Crystal. I'm sure at some point I probably maybe watched that, but completely forgot about it, or maybe I never had seen it before in my entire life. But now that I think about it, it was probably recommended via Netflix because they have their like a new series coming out, Dark Crystal. They're still using They're still using actual puppets and practical effects. I think in addition to computer effects to make it a little bit more snazzy. But that was weird and unnecessary. Unnecessary? Was that the word I was looking for? Unexpected, I think, is the word I was looking for. We had a very fantastical fairy and goblin themed weekend. So yeah, that was that. That was that, and this is an elevated hidey hole I'm gonna build where we can sleep. And then we can continue in the morning. And awakeness. And continuing on this. Continuing on. So let's get to actually, speaking of, hey, I didn't even plan this, but the first question on my list from donors is from TDW fan. Any upcoming movies or TV shows that you have your eye on? I didn't plan this, I swear. They recently announced so much at the Comic-Con of San Diego, such as Marvel movies and the Star Trek Picard. Anything that piques your interest? I've never been into Star Trek, so I never watched the one with Picard in it, and I'm not even gonna guess which one it is, because I know I'll be wrong. So I have really no vested interest in that. I guess now that I've brushed up on the Dark Crystal, the original, maybe the new one, which seems like they're just retelling the same story, but like modern type ways, might be a way to see, like might be a thing to see. What did we just finish? We just finished something. Oh yeah, Stranger Things, and yeah, I don't have like cable or anything, so it's all Netflix. I don't even have Netflix. Ha ha! There hasn't been much on like Amazon or anything like that. I mean, I guess isn't I got a little bit bored of it in the most previous season, but The Expanse, isn't that coming soon? A new season since Amazon picked it up, as well as I have been watching through the second season of Dark, which is a German show on Netflix, because I watched the first season a while ago, so I'm like, that's just been kind of a difficult to have a German to English subtitled show like on the background. You kind of have to pay attention to know what's going on. But I've been watching through that just on my own. But no, honestly, I haven't. It's one of those things where it's like I don't want to get into a series that's already like 3 or 4 seasons in, because that just seems too daunting to catch up. And also I'm you know, TV is one of those time sinks, and I'm already very, very, very bad at managing time, so sinking it into like binge watching shows is a bit of a troublesome endeavor for me to undertake. I started watching. Here's the thing I'll give a bad review of. I started watching the latest quote-unquote series of Comedians in Cars with Jerry Seinfeld. I don't like him anymore. he's less and less likable as he ages. It's not good. It's not good. It's not like it used to be. And he was probably not good back. It was just because it was a little quirky web show, and now it's picked up by Netflix and production values and whatever, that I'm not into it anymore. like the conversations he's getting into aren't very interesting. And it's he's he's one of these people who are, and one of these like famous people, comedians who are like, oh, we can't make jokes anymore, don't want to offend anybody, and like complaining about that, and like that's his joke, is that, which is not a good look, and also just a lazy joke. I feel like if that's your hot take on the whole thing, then I opt out, my friend. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer, because it was like an easily short form, digestible sort of series to watch through. But now, like the last few I've watched, is this guy. No, thanks. And it's like he doesn't talk much about the cars anymore either. He's just like, here's this car, and it looks like this person, or it reminds me of this person, or maybe, you know, the manufacturer just gave it to us for advertising. So yeah. Anyway, that is a series that I've just bailed on completely, I suppose, for kind of the opposite of the question you've asked. But I do appreciate it. As we continue on here, I've gotten myself into a bit of a mountainy situation here at the top of the cloud level, and exactly how I thought it was going to end. All right. Maybe the other side is an easier passage. We shall go back and down through the mines of Moria. The Hobbit has spoken. Okay, this seems doable as long as Wolfie stops doing exactly what he's doing. All right, slowly now. Careful. Oh. All right. Oh dear. All right, easy now. Easy. Oh yes, that's exactly what I wanted to see. You dang noodle. Take it easy. Go slow. I'm waiting for it. That'll be a good screenshot for the episode thumbnail. John C, with their donation, asks, or says, and then asks, I once asked Chris Hadfield at a school event here in Canada how he kept himself from going insane while aboard the International Space Station for weeks, months on end with the same people. How would you go about staying sane up there given the chance to go? What was his answer? A Jonesy? What was his answer? I don't think I would go insane, because I already kind of do live in my own little bubble. I don't interact with more than 2 people, like regularly, on a regular basis, 2 separate, distinct human beings. I don't leave the house much. I don't know. I as an astronaut, you're just kept so busy. I'm assuming is probably what his answer was. He always had a task or a job or a doodad to fix, or a thing to install, or whatever to maintain. And he's also in freaking outer space, man. If he ever feels like he's losing touch, just look out one of the windows, and you can see the entire world from 200 miles above. So yeah, I don't think I would go insane. I mean, if you were by yourself and you didn't have, like, contact with mission control or other humans, then yeah, you would go insane. That's solitary confinement. But yeah, no, I don't think that would be too. That wouldn't be too bad. I wouldn't have too much of a problem with that. NASA, nudge, nudge, wink, 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 wink. Whoops. NATO Chris asks, did you know Flob is older than my marriage by only 2 months? And that the first F3 monument was erected, on my 24th birthday. I didn't until the other day. Anyway, actual question. Is there anything you've wanted to do in your life that you've put off because of embarrassment? Dressing up in full Renaissance regalia and gallivanting around the Renaissance fair. Just too embarrassed, like I mentioned before, too self-conscious. One of my dreams, and it shall go unfulfilled, for I am forlorn. And I will simply hide in ye old honey bucket. Gross. If it embarrassment, I don't know about embarrassment. Like time, funds, knowledge, skill, sure. Like I thought I always wanted to be or get like a private pilot's license. But then I obviously there's time and money, a lot of money involved in trying to get one of those. But then also I feel too nervous because it's like going back to school and I'm already got a school complex from actual school. But then just like it seems like there's so much procedure. I enjoy procedure, but there's so much procedure and all the specific radio calls and stuff. That would be an initial hump that would be difficult to get over, I feel. But let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And awakeness. Yeah, I would have to, like, constantly be talking to the radio traffic control towers. And it's like constantly needing to be on a phone call. Actually, that's probably a lot to do with it. And y'all know how much phone calls make me anxious. Being a pilot you're just always on a phone call with complete strangers, and they can talk to you without, just completely interrupting and without even needing to, like, ring. You're constantly on the call with them. And you all have a specific separate language that you have to learn. But, yeah. I mean, there's that. Similarly, I mean, it would be fun to do, like, the race car driving sort of stuff. But, again, it's the sort of thing, wherever there's a skill boundary, I'm far too nervous about not knowing or not having those skills or knowledge. That initial, I'm sure there's a word for it, the skill hump. Sure, let's call it that. There's a little, just the hump, just like the uncanny valley, but the hump, Humpty Hump, I think is what it's called in psychology. You do the Humpty Hump. That keeps me from doing it. Specifically, if there is, like, nobody who can show me the ropes or, like, slowly introduce me to it. A trial by fire. Entry barrier. That's probably better. Words that could be made to describe it. The barrier to entry. Yeah, that would just prevent me from... Oh, blip, blip. Oh, Wolfie does not want me to cross this little canal. I can do it, though. Haha! Skills! I mean, it was honestly very similar to starting YouTube. Recording videos for YouTube. I had all the stuff. I bought fraps. I had a headset microphone. But I think it was like a good month or so before I finally just, like, been like, all right, let's just do this. And then, like, I'm just going to upload it, whatever. I'm not going to care that I feel like I sound like an idiot or just a dork or whatever. I had to really force myself over that Humpty Hump, or as it's called, entry barrier. So yeah, I mean, there's stuff like that, certainly. And it's certainly made easier when you're not just by yourself. Indeed. Cosmic Owl asks... Ooh, I could use these pigs, actually, for Wolfie. That's not what Cosmic Owl asked or said. Do you have any plans for what you will do when you reach the far lands? Also, what do you think of our chances as humans toward future space travel? Well, I guess chances for what? Traveling in space? I don't know. Murder that pig! There you go. What would you do when you reach the far lands? I've gotten this question asked quite a lot, and I always have the same non-answer, is that I don't know. It's so far away. So very, very, very far away. I don't want to put too fine a point on it, that even trying to come up with a plan or an idea, or like saying I will do something, I will definitely forget. I will definitely forget anything that I say in this episode to that effect. But I don't know. I celebrate. Sign up for Medicare because I'll be that old. Who knows? Hopefully, I and everybody else will already have it. Bing. Sorry, that was a little like a glint off my eye. Woof. Yeah, I don't have any plans. People are like, oh, then you should walk to the corner Farlands, or oh, then you should start walking back. I don't know. We're not even a... Well, we are a quarter of the way there. I'll take that back. We're at least a quarter of the way there. A third of the way there? Maybe. But there's plenty more where this came from. Plenty more where this came from. What was the other question? Future space travel. It's unfortunately tied to budgets and things. And even there's been a recent shakeup. The director of human spaceflight was recently ousted from NASA. Bill Gerstenmaier, I think was his name. And he was a proponent of returning to the moon as a stepping stone to going to Mars. So it's starting to be apparent that those in power want to get to Mars faster for the shock and awe factor, for the razzle dazzle, which might be at the expense of like sustainability and safety. So yeah, it comes down to the will and the way and the money, really. So that's a tough thing to think about. There are many people much smarter than me who spend all day, every day, thinking about these sorts of things, studying, planning, knowing about all these things that makes it a lot more difficult of a topic. It's not complicated. Like, the process is complicated, but really, oh, you want to go to the moon? Okay, money. Money, so that we can hire people and build things safely. And, money and time, and those things are only offered if there is a consensus of a will to do so. Which one's Will? He goes by Bill now. Billiam Board. Let's see here. Ooh, another topic on the theme of television. Michael Phlox asks, kids nowadays, people are not ready to watch whatever is on TV, thus the growing success of VOD, video on demand, where they can choose what to watch and when. How do you explain the success of streaming in that context? Basically, it's more like watching TV. if you want something live. Living in Europe, in the evening you're never streaming. Whoa, is me. Are US viewers really an overwhelming majority? Yes. I mean, simply, it's the bigger, if not biggest, English audience, English watching audience. So, yes to that, as part of a statistical analysis as to people who watch my content. I think, yeah, we were just talking about this on stream before I started recording, how I personally don't watch gaming videos on YouTube anymore. I'll watch like kind of gaming related news and stuff like that, like Jim Sterling and Jimquisition and stuff like that. But most of the stuff I watch on YouTube is, well, I guess I watch like Monster Factory or whatever, but that's, I don't feel like, that's not Let's Play content really. The stuff I end up watching on YouTube is like the car stuff, the regular cars and reviews and, you know, Top Gear clips or, you know, sort of the mini little digestible videos like SciShow or whatever. But the gaming content, I only really watch Let's Play stuff. The commentary voice over video game is on Twitch. So I think it's, I don't know. If I knew, I would have been able to see it coming and would have been able to capitalize on it, I think. But, I mean, there is surprisingly a lot of people watch the VODs. I thought like maybe like a handful of people would, but VODs, like the being able to watch a stream, even if it's not live, people do that quite a lot. It's not the significant majority, but it's not trivial. People who watch VODs, and of course I chop up VODs of video games and upload them to YouTube, and those get a non-zero amount of views. Hello, VOD watchers. I'm speaking to you. Oh, this place is gonna look cool when we see it on the sunrises. I say we make the hidey hole right here. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the reason, like your hypothesis that, oh, people don't like watching TV because they don't get to choose what to watch, so that's why Netflix and streaming and VOD services are more popular. It might be more intricate than that. It might be more about money. It might be more about the fact that the stuff on broadcasts or cable TV is not, whoops, I messed that up, didn't I? Is not the content people want to consume anymore. I'm sure convenience is a part of it, obviously. But yeah, I feel like the broadcasts and the cable companies in particular have priced themselves out of that convenience. You know, for the price they're asking for the hundreds of channels, 97 of which you don't watch, streaming, obviously, and VODs, I guess I should say, are more beneficial to most consumers. So I don't know if or how that relates to Twitch and live streaming. I mean, I feel like probably people watch and follow enough streamers that when they decide I am going to watch a stream now, even if it's not the specific channel they prefer to watch, they do have a hierarchy of, oh, okay, well, this person isn't online, I'll go down my list, and this person is online, or this person is playing a video game that seems interesting, I'll watch them. So they still are choosing. I feel like there still is a choice that's being allotted to them, instead of, and if not, then they'll watch a VOD or whatever. So yeah, that again is above my brainwaves to be able to, much like the space flight thing, to be able to understand And I mean, if I did understand it, like I said, I would work for one of these platforms and try to capitalize on that, or I would use my own knowledge to capitalize on that with my own stream or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. And again, I apologize for the EU and European streamers where I know I don't stream too friendly. It's made more difficult by me being on the West Coast now instead of Central Time or Mountain Time. It does sound very rattly and bony outside, doesn't it? I should probably get to sleep, yeah? But yeah, well, I again, for the last 9 years, I've been saying I should get up earlier and stream earlier and make videos earlier and accommodate a wider audience. One of these days we'll do it, perhaps before I reach the far lands. We'll see. But yeah, thank you everybody for these questions and donations to Direct Relief Charity, farlandsandbus.com. Like I said, we're getting close to the goal. We're looking for $27,892.57 as of this episode. That number keeps rising with every episode. And I do appreciate you watching this episode. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Burn! Burn.